Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling a system that can honestly feel incredibly daunting at first glance, but is absolutely life-changing for those who need it. We're going to navigate Pennsylvania's free civil legal aid system together. Whether you're seeking help for yourself, a family member, or maybe even a neighbor, understanding how this safety net operates is just so empowering. So let's get right into it.
So, are you in Pennsylvania and need legal help but just can't afford it? Don't worry. This explainer is going to guide you through literally every step to access free legal aid right here in the Keystone State. Look, facing a legal hurdle without the funds to hire a private attorney is incredibly stressful. The legal system isn't exactly something most of us navigate every day. And the stakes? Well, they're often sky high. But take a deep breath. There's a clear, structured roadmap to getting help, and we're going to walk through the whole shebang together.
Here's a quick look at our agenda for today. We'll be covering 1. Introduction and importance. 2. Eligibility and qualifications. 3. Finding legal aid services. 4. Preparing for your appointment. 5. Alternatives and additional resources. And 6. Collective success.
Starting right off with Section 1, Introduction and Importance.
Okay, let's dive into this definition because there's a really important distinction to make right up front. This help is strictly for non-criminal matters. We're talking about civil legal aid. This system essentially exists to protect basic human needs. It covers family law, things like securing custody or protection from abuse. It covers housing and shelter, stepping in to prevent unlawful evictions or foreclosures. It even covers employment rights and helps individuals navigate public benefits like Medicaid, Social Security, and unemployment compensation. Basically, if your core needs, your shelter, nutrition, healthcare, or family safety are at risk, civil legal aid is the exact safety net designed for you.
Let's move right along to Section 2. Eligibility and qualifications.
Now, while the baseline income cap for most legal aid programs is 125% of the federal poverty guidelines, please don't count yourself out if you're slightly above that. There are some major exceptions. For instance, if you're seeking help to get governmental benefits, or maybe you have specific high fixed debts or medical expenses, those limits can actually be waived up to 175% or even 200% of the poverty guidelines. And here's a critical, literally life-saving exception. If you are a survivor of domestic violence seeking a protection from abuse order, organizations will represent you completely free of charge, regardless of your income or assets.
So another crucial point, especially for seniors needing assistance like Medicaid long-term care, is this asset spend-down limit. The system looks closely at your gross monthly income, meaning your income before taxes and Medicare premiums are taken out. If your gross income is over $2,982 a month, you can only keep $2,400 in countable assets to qualify. But if your gross income is $2,982 or less, you can keep up to $8,000. It's a pretty strict financial threshold for sure, which is exactly why having an advocate or legal aid attorney to help you navigate these Medicaid planning rules is just so absolutely vital.
Which brings us to Section 3, Finding Legal Aid Services.
Go ahead and locate your county's regional provider right here. If you're up near Erie, you'll be calling Northwestern Legal Services. If you're in the center of the state, maybe around Dauphin or Lancaster, your provider is Mid-Penn Legal Services. Down in the southwest near Washington or Westmoreland, you're looking for Summit Legal Aid. Find your region right now and jot down that toll-free number. And hey, if you prefer, most of these organizations also have 24/7 online intake forms on their websites so you can apply digitally.
The Pennsylvania Legal Aid Network, often called PLAN, is this massive umbrella organization that ensures all 67 counties in the state are fully covered. Now, if you happen to be in Philadelphia County, you are covered by dedicated specialized programs right in your city, like Community Legal Services and Philadelphia Legal Assistance. But the main takeaway here is that no matter where you live in the Keystone State, there is a designated organization assigned to your specific zip code.
Let's jump into Section 4, Preparing for Your Appointment.
Please don't let the intake process intimidate you. When you call, an intake paralegal is just going to guide you through 3 simple steps. First, they'll verify your household size and zip code. Second, they'll run a financial screening, where they calculate your gross income and check your assets against the guidelines we were just talking about. And third, they'll run a standard conflict of interest check. That's just to make sure they aren't already representing the opposing party in your case, and a citizenship status check. Some federal funding actually requires this, though non-federally funded programs can often bypass that restriction. To make your appointment as smooth and efficient as possible, you really want to proactively gather these specific documents. Have your court notices, your lease, your utility bills, and your proof of gross income right in front of you when you make that call.
I also highly recommend jotting down a short summary of your legal issue and the specific questions you have. Getting these materials together completely empowers you, and it helps the legal aid paralegal quickly understand your situation so they can figure out how best to help you.
Moving on to Section 5, Alternatives and Additional Resources.
If you run into a roadblock, you are absolutely not out of options. If you just need a quick question answered, PA Free Legal Answers is an amazing online Q&A service where volunteer attorneys reply directly to low-income Pennsylvanians. There's also the PA Bar Association's Pro Bono referral network and various local law school clinics. Plus, if you have a highly specific issue, there are specialized statewide programs ready to step in. For example, the Pennsylvania Health Law Project focuses entirely on Medicaid and CHIP insurance appeals, and Disability Rights Pennsylvania advocates specifically for individuals with disabilities. You've got an entire network of backup options here to ensure you aren't left fighting alone.
Next is Section 6, Collective Success.
Over 100,000. Just think about that number for a second. That is the number of low-income Pennsylvanians who successfully receive free civil legal representation from these programs every single year. It's honestly an incredible figure. Take, for example, a family facing a sudden unlawful eviction. By connecting with their local legal aid office, they were able to secure representation that kept them right in their home. Or consider a survivor of domestic violence who's able to get a protection order safely and swiftly. Whether it's restoring utility services, securing Social Security, or protecting someone from abuse, this system changes lives every single day. It works, and it's waiting to help you too.
And finally, wrapping things up with our conclusion and final tips.
Remember, you've got the tools now. You know how to check your income limits against the poverty guidelines. You know to visit palawhelp.org or check the map to find your specific county office. You know to prep your paperwork, your leases, and your pay stubs. Now, it's just about making the call to claim the justice and protection you deserve. And please, share this explainer with anyone else who might need it. Knowledge is power, and this information can literally save a family's home or livelihood.
Now, please note that while this explainer provides general information about obtaining free legal aid in Pennsylvania, it is not a substitute for professional legal advice. Each individual's situation is unique, and viewers are encouraged to consult with a licensed attorney for advice specific to their circumstances. Thank you so much for joining me today on The Explainer. I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Who in your community could be helped today if they just knew these resources existed? Send this to them, and let's make sure everyone gets the help they need. See you next time.